Hello, and welcome to my custom idea for a Pokemon games, Jungle and Forest. First, I need to show off the starter types. Squirry is a squirrel grass Pokemon. He is the grass starter. He evolves into Flurl, a flying squirrel type Pokemon who is grass and flying. Finally ending with Taylor, who is a grass flying type Pokemon. The next starter is Bazir, the water type Pokemon. He is a water bird. He evolves into Pizzur, a water flying type Pokemon. And finally evolves into Albur, who is a water flying type Pokemon yet again. Frapper is the fire type starter and is a fire frog. Drogot is a dragon fire frog. He is the evolution of Frapper. Drogot evolves into Drogon, who is yet again a dragon fire type Pokemon. The Pokemon that are already in the game that would appear is this one, Poliwhirl, Poliwag, Weedle, Bellsprout, Pikachu, and Pichu. First, we will show off some of the regional types. Regional type number 1. I believe this is the regional type of... His name was Exetor, I believe. Sorry if I don't know many of the Pokemon's names, as I am quite new to the Pokemon fandom. Next is a regional type of Oddish, although it's a strawberry now called Strawdish. And finally, we have a regional Hoppip, or instead of the things on his head, they're plants with leaves. Next, we have a couple more regional variants. First, we have a regional Poliwhirl, who's water and psychic. Now, I know you're thinking, but you already said that Poliwhirl was a naturally occurring Pokemon. Yeah, but why can't there be two types? And he evolves into an original type Pokemon whose name is Hypnospin. He's a dark psychic type. The next regional type Pokemon is a regional edition of Coughing, who is flying in grass. Oh no, the camera won't focus. Oh my gosh. Then you would level him up into the regional Wheezing, who is another grass flying. And as you can see, instead of spreading smoke and nasty things into the air, they would spray plants and leaves. Now, hold on, let me just check something real quick. Oh yes, that was the next regional type. Regional Ditto. Now, unlike a traditional Ditto, this Ditto cannot transform. Instead, it is its own totally original Pokemon, who's a psychic fairy type. Also, yes, if you are wondering, the regular Ditto can evolve into this regional Ditto. And those are the rest of the regional type Pokemon here. The next Pokemon is Duchuck. He is a ground woodchucker. Also, we have Rite, the ground baby tree / sapling type Pokemon. He is a ground type, if you couldn't tell, I mean grass type. Next we have Treekie, a pun on the word tiki, obviously, and tree. He is a ground grass type Pokemon. And Ite-Ray, the ground grass type Pokemon who is the final evolution between the three. The way you'd level up Rite is you would have to have max friendship, then a natural level up. And those are my Pokemon. First set, obviously. Now these ones so far have been done on school paper, so you will see a heavy increase in quality from these guys to the next set. The next two Pokemon I'd like to show off are Bant and Plantern. Bant is a small baby plant Pokemon, and Plantern is a large, overgrown Pokemon. Bant, once it hits a certain level, levels up into Plantern. Bant is a grass-type Pokemon. Plantern is a steel-type grass Pokemon. Now we will show off even more original Pokemon. Sorry for all the times I have to wait for the camera to go into focus. Starfleur is a psychic grass-type Pokemon, who is also a flower with a giant eyeball. Next we have Sproutsy, who is a grass-type Pokemon, and at max friendship evolves into Tulipia, who is a psychic grass-type Pokemon who is not based off of a tulip. It is based off of a rose, but I thought Tulipia was a good name. The next Pokemon I have made is Kygrass. It's obviously a grass-type Pokemon. Now, since there isn't much to say about this one, I will go over the inspiration for this Pokemon. It's Grassy from Battle for BFDI. Next one is Puttit. He's a fire dog. Not much to say about him, so we're moving on. Jayhold. It is a Pokemon who appears like they are holding a gem. They are psychic type, and Puttit is a fire type. I forgot to mention that. Bice is a ice flying type. He's a bird. Swirlball is basically an eyeball, and he's a psychic type. Next, we got a Pokemon who my cousin designed, my little cousin. Basically, what they did is design a Pokemon, then I made it more Pokemon-esque. This is Lippery, who's a water type. At max friendship, evolves into Floriner, which is a fire type, and it's basically the same type Pokemon, except for its eyes are extended and has a tail of fire. My cousin is real original. Next, we have another one of mine, who is a normal type, Dutchride. It's a three-headed baby bird Pokemon. Next, we have another one designed by me. All the other ones, unless I specify, have been designed by me, so I'm just going to stop mentioning that. Lilaya is a water grass type Pokemon. Stouchy and Stoucher were yet again designed by my cousin that I just, fixed a bit. Stouchy is ground type and is a stick Pokemon. If he gets KO'd 16 times, he evolves into Stoucher, a fighting ground type Pokemon. Also, Splishy is another one designed by my cousin with more touch-ups by me. They're basically a water type Pokemon who's a splash of water, not much to say. Catilia is a grass water type Pokemon based off of cattails. Protai is a psychic flying type Pokemon. Paratree is another Pokemon I designed who's based off of a parrot. He's a flying grass type Pokemon. Psycloud is a flying psychic type Pokemon, and there's also a psychic cloud. I thought that was kind of obvious by the name. Planbell is a steel ground type Pokemon. Not much to say about that. It's basically a plant bell. And here's more of Rocrawl, or the rock type Pokemon. Leveling up, it evolves into Rapau, the rock fighting type Pokemon. The final Pokemon I would like to show off is, hold on, let the camera focus. Sorry how unprofessional this video is. It's my first time doing something like this. Shuray, the water type Pokemon. Now, as I end the video, since this is my first time designing my own Pokemon thing like this, I'd like you guys to give me some nice criticism and tips, etc. in the comments. Thank you for watching.